one job to do. Come on.
I love it.
Welcome to Curiosity Public. Dutch.
Jules.
Dylan.
And welcome to a special event here. A blind. That's right. The Weeded Bourbon Throwdown Blind Extravaganza.
What was the other name for this?
I don't know. We had trouble coming up with good names for this, but you know what? Weeded bourbons get a lot of hype, especially this bottle right here, the Weller 107.
Is it that bottle? I think it's called Pappy Van Winkle. Also,
this bottle right here, the Willett's 8-year. And we decided, look, let's just do a blind of some of the weeders that are out there. We're going to throw in Maker's Mark Cask Strength and a Rebel 10-year. I mean, can you find all these bottles?
Yeah.
Are some of them more expensive than others?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens. I got nothing. Why are we doing this?
I will tell you. So look, if you have a new bottle, I mean, relatively speaking, if you have a new bottle, it's got to beat, at the very least, the legacy bottle, right? I mean, because the price difference is so huge.
That's really the reason here.
This is $250. This should blow Maker's Mark out of the water. Yeah. It should beat Weller out of the water. There should be no question.
And the Rebel MSRP...
It can't even come close.
The Rebel's like $90, I think, or $100 even. So
if it ties, it fails.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So we're just looking at it. I mean, to be honest, for me, I just want to know if it beats Maker's Cask.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pour these blind. I will pour, Jules will label, and we're going to taste them, and then we're going to rank them 1 through 4, and of course we're going to venture our venture our guesses as to what is what. The one thing I will note for our viewers, keep in mind, Rebel is a single barrel, so your mileage may vary with it. This is a newer bottling of it, so we tried to get something that's current. But let's do this.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
This is a tough one because I'm
You're biased?
I'm kind of getting...
stressed? You're sweating, dude.
I am sweating. Why is there 4?
Because we did 4 bottles?
Oh, really? I guess I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, Maker's Rebel.
Oh, right. Rebel.
Weller 107. And
I like how you added a single barrel in there.
All right, folks, we're back. These have been poured. We are now going to get tasting, and we're going to rank them 1 through 4, and we're going to venture our guesses, and we'll be back in a jiffy. Ding, ding.
What?
That took a long time.
We're like an hour in.
This was like, I basically have no idea.
It's probably like the most difficult blind we've done.
I feel like we say that every time, but this takes the
This is
cake.
legitimately...
I can't taste anything anymore.
It's like numb.
Everything tasted the same, which tells me something. Because there was like a $30 bourbon in there and a $250 bourbon in there.
Right.
And I have no idea which one is which.
Right.
And I can't even really pick a favorite.
None of them taste like a $250 anything.
I can't pick a favorite. I really can't pick a favorite. I had such a hard time. I've gone back and forth like 3 times.
Yeah.
I did pick a worst, and that's about it.
All right, let's go.
So let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about the aroma. There were distinctions in all of them. Mm-hmm. The yellow...
Not much.
was kind of the funkiest of them. The red was probably my favorite nose.
Oh, okay.
The blue and the green were both fine. Maybe a slight bit of the frunk on the blue. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know. I'm really just at a loss. But I think overall on the nose, I would pick the red. Jules.
On the nose, pretty much all was a wash for me. At first, I was trying to get a distinction, so I did a rapid fire, but in the end, I liked red the most for the nose.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I will say yellow was probably out there in terms of the aroma. I think it had a little bit of like undeveloped components. The blue had a little bit of that frunk. For me, it came down to green and red. And, it's really difficult because, when I nose it, I felt like the red had more vanilla and green had more grape. So which one do I pick? Red or green, vanilla or grape. I ended up liking the green.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So I picked that.
All right, let's move on to the palate. And
this was...
I have no idea.
This is brutal.
I almost have nothing to say. Do you guys have... Did anything really stand out to you guys? If somebody go first then.
I did take some notes. I'll go first.
Oh, I have a lot of notes, but they don't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like Charlie Kelly.
Out of events... Yeah, that's probably how my notes are. But as I decipher my chicken scratch, red I ended up describing the most as... or having the most balance, rather, on the palate. Blue I described as sour ending. And then green I described as having like the second most in terms of balance. Yellow was a mystery to me.
Yeah.
So I just kept it as a question mark.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
So,
yeah. Yellow to me was the outlier.
So which was your favorite on the palate?
So ultimately palate red.
Okay. So wait, did Dutch pick?
No, you want me to go or you want to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, the yellow was... It was the outlier.
Yeah.
And there were sometimes when I tasted it, I'm like, is this the best one? And there's sometimes I tasted it like, is this the worst one?
Worst one? Yeah.
It was so weird how it hit my palate differently every single time. It was easy to drink. It was almost like smooth, like sanded down almost, which made me think different things about it too. So I'm really confused about it. The red was pretty much the one that stayed the same from the beginning to the end. It was good flavors. There was a little bit of a almost oaky tannic thing on the finish that threw me off then, because I was like, the front end is not matching the back end as far as my recollection of these. But I really liked it. The blue, I got the sour like you did. It was also very oaky, which was interesting. The green, I got a touch of oak. I liked the green overall. So overall, green and red were my standouts on the palate. I picked the red.
Oh,
wow. We have a winner.
We have a winner.
So I will say, in terms of analysis, I would say yellow and blue is like separated from these two, the red and the green. The red and the green, like I said, even the palate kind of tracked, where these two, to me, had a lot of traditional flavors in terms of wheaters. And, it's vanilla and grape. Both had grape, but, one had a little bit more vanilla than the other, and another one had a little bit more grape. The blue, to me, stood out because it had a little bit more of the wood component. The woody component really was prominent. And then the yellow was just kind of out there, where it was a mystery because I couldn't figure out the flavor. So it's just one of those weird things that I couldn't tell if I really liked it. I don't know if the other bourbon just kind of washed out some of the flaws, and therefore I'm kind of misinterpreting the presentation. So that's where I think it got really confusing. The problem is trying to drink this back to back to back to back really washed out everything. So
it's a nightmare.
I was struggling between picking red versus green. I ended up picking red.
What?
Just because
we all agreed,
dude. So it's unanimous.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
So, wow.
It's gonna be the Willett, guys.
I know.
I'm just calling it right now.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Oh, no.
All right. So let's rank and guess. All right.
Sounds good.
Number 1 for me was the red. Number 2 was the green. Number 3 was the yellow. Number 4 was the blue. And it's weird because yellow, at one point I wrote down number 1. At one point I wrote down number 2. And it did end up being number 3.
Wow.
Blue was pretty much number 4 from the beginning. There was just something about
interesting.
The flavors didn't... It was a mismatch for me. I don't know. It didn't work for me. And it might have been the context. Like, it might have just been the finishes playing with each other. Okay, guesses. I think I've guessed everything for all of these. Initially, I thought the red was Makers. It's still very well maybe, but just because I couldn't figure out what 107 could have been, I think I'm going to go with the red being 107.
Oh, okay.
The green, my second place one. Well, I guess I should just go yellow to green. So yellow, I think, was the Rebel. Red, I think, is the 107. Blue, I think, is the Willett. Green, I think, is the Makers.
Wow.
But like I said, I initially thought the yellow might have been 107, and then I switched to the Rebel.
Yeah.
I thought the red was Makers for sure. And then, like, literally at the very end, I said, maybe it's 107. The blue, I kind of thought on the nose it was the Willett, and on the palate, I kept it as the Willett. The green, I guessed initially the Rebel, then the 107, and then I changed it to Makers. So I'm a mess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we are aligned on what we think the guesses are.
How about our rankings?
So ranking is a little bit different, though. So I chose red as number 1, green as my number 2.
So we agree on the first
Blue,
two.
yeah, but blue is my number 3.
Oh, interesting.
And then yellow is my number 4.
Very good.
And your guess is yellow to green.
And guesses yellow to green. So yellow I thought was Rebel. Red I thought was Weller. Blue Willett. And green Makers.
Exactly the same. Let's see how wrong we are.
I know.
All right. So my ranking is red, green, blue, yellow.
What?
Okay,
so we're aligned
basically
there.
it's
Oh, interesting.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My guess is yellow. I thought was Willett.
Oh.
I thought the red. I went back and forth for Makers or Weller. I was just saying, like, you know what? I'm gonna pick Weller for the red. I think this is Rebel blue, and then the green. I picked Makers.
Incredible, guys.
Wow.
Incredible. Let's see. I
don't know if you-
really don't
that
want
what
to do
you
this.
go?
Maybe the camera will just
We're
malfunction.
swap on the
Yeah.
I know.
We won't have to do this because I don't want to do this.
I'm
don't
walking
wanna
off.
reveal-
I'm walking off, man.
I already know that this is not going to end. Okay.
Gosh,
Let's go to our official ranking.
Yeah.
So first place was the red. Second place was the green. Third place was the blue. Fourth place was the yellow. 1 point difference there on the yellow and the blue.
Yeah,
so very
we just swapped.
close last place. But last place was yellow. And yellow was...
Is it the Willett?
107.
Is it 107? It cannot be 107.
Yellow was
It cannot be 107.
Makers. Last place.
What?
Wow.
No.
Well, so it holds true what Dylan was saying. Willett does beat the baseline.
Well, it does beat the baseline.
There you go.
Not for me, I may point out.
Good
That was
job.
not my last
Good job.
place. Okay, in third place, which was the blue sticker,
That's what
was
I put as Willett.
the Willett.
Yo, that sour note,
Okay.
man.
Okay.
That's
My
sour
last
note.
place, and I guessed it.
Okay.
That's sour note.
So what's red? What's red?
Rebel just win?
Oh my god.
I think so.
Our winner! Let's get these off the table here, because the winner now is going to get all the glory. And we will, of course, discuss the runner-up. But the winner, which was red, was... Which one do you think it is?
I don't know. I don't care.
I want to say
Hurry
it's
up.
Winner
107.
was-
I want to say it's 107.
107.
Yeah, there it
So we all got
is.
that right. But second
Dylan is so sad.
place, second place, Rebel, guys.
Wow, Rebel.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
Whatever.
Wow. So my ranking did have the Willett in the last place. You guys had it third.
Yeah.
And we all ranked the Rebel second.
Wow.
And
Weller's number one, though.
so more oak than I would have expected on the Weller.
True.
I don't know if this is just because this bottle's been open for a while,
Yeah.
but it read a little.
I got more vanilla than I thought.
I mean, it's really it was the
Thought it
best
had.
from start to finish.
Oh, yeah.
The Makers was really just, I don't know if this is just an off batch or something, but it didn't seem to be on profile for me.
Yeah. It was really.
Now on the nose, it smells exactly like Makers. Now that I've had the
Actually
distance
did.
and I know what it is, of
And
course I'm
yeah,
going to say
now
that.
that we know.
Wow.
I really thought that the green was going to
Holy
be
moly.
Makers.
I didn't think it was going to be this close. I didn't think they were all going to be so similar.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But super fun. Weller 107 reigning supreme as our number one weeder amongst these. But just keep in mind that the most expensive one was third place.
Yeah.
And the Rebel, which is actually probably cheaper and more available than the Weller in a lot of ways, second place.
True.
Good option. Again, single barrel, but it is a 10-year-old weeder. A good product.
Good product.
And
Man,
this has
great
been
product, dude.
super fun. And I want to go home now, Jules.
Seriously.
Take us out.
Can't go home.
Comment below. Please do. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, either way. Let us know. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. If you want to help us out, please consider joining Curiosity private membership program here on YouTube and Patreon. We also sell t-shirts, which we do not have represented on the screen now, but that's okay. That's old school. And we do have a podcast on major podcast platforms. Always stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious. I should black out the bourbon.
Holy moly.
See, I feel like we should have done Maker's 46. Would it have stood out too much?
Yeah. No, that's good. That was a good baseline. That Rebel was
Well,
a
we
great
needed
call.
to know if, this is...
This
but
was
you know what the
second
thing
for me
is...
for a while, by the way.
Yeah, but, I mean, for the price, though, again, $250
For the price, why would you ever not buy the Makers? It wasn't like it was bad.
True. But dude, I just did not know what was happening with that. I mean, question mark. Literally.
Yeah, it is a little funky.
Little question mark. What's
Not
happening?
funky, but
Well, it was just so different every
but
time.
the sour is so
Yeah,
clear
it
on
stood
this.
out, yeah.
There's no way this is. I mean, like who would say this is worth the money? I just don't get it.
I have no idea. I don't know anybody.
Oh, that was fun.
It's good.
That was
It was stressful, man. I don't know why that was so stressful.
That was stressful.
Very stressful.